What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back for another retro review of Noah's Ark, Season 1, Episode 4. So we are now dealing with the aftermath of everything that went down last episode with Ricky and Wade having their whole little face-off, with Chance and Eddie and their whole little face-off. And so we start this episode off, we're at the club. The guys are together helping Alex hand out safe sex kits, probably condoms, a pamphlet, and some other odds and ends, some important facts type stuff. And they're at a club on drag night. Now, they're using a word that I was told we're not supposed to use anymore, so I'm not going to use that word. Remember, the show was 15 years ago. I think 15 years ago, the word wasn't seen as offensive, and so it was used. However, fast forward, we know better, we do better. But it was drag night. And, of course, Ricky is not feeling it. Ricky doesn't understand. He was like, listen, I don't understand men wanting to look like women. Men are men, women are women. I don't get it. I don't see what the deal is. Chance's phone is ringing off the hook. We know it's Eddie calling. He's not answering. He keeps sending, sending him, nowadays we be calling it sending him the voicemail, honey, but he is paying him dust. And Alex is finding a way to, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? Talk about everybody walking by. That wasn't the word I was looking for. But anyway, for lack of a better word, he is breaking down everybody's look. He's talking about their makeup busted, their outfits busted, their shoes are busted. And he's just like, I don't understand. If you're gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a woman, do it right. Now we see Ricky doing what Ricky does best, honey. He talks to the security guard. He was like, listen, would you ever date, a drag queen? And he was like, hell nah, it's bad enough I gotta work with him. And of course, Ricky kisses him, picks up one of the packs, and they go off to do what it is that Ricky does. Now, when Ricky comes back through, well, before we get to that, it's going to be amateur night that next week, and they're looking for people to sign up. And Alex ends up raising his hand. He was like, listen, I've always wanted to do drag, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. So, there's that. And Ricky does what Ricky does best. He puts doubt in his mind and says, well, don't let Wade find out. Trey find out, because, Trey's married to a man. If you wanted a woman, that's who he'd be with, that whole thing. And I think that made Alex a little nervous about telling Trey what the dealio was. Now, let's get back to Mr. Ricky. Ricky comes back from his little rendezvous with the security guard, and he runs into Raphael. And he's like, what you doing here? And he was like, I could ask you the same thing. Like, why would you be here? He said, well, Romeo, and I had the name wrong last episode. His name wasn't Peaches. Name was Romeo. Still not sure if it's a trans woman or just someone who is very, with the long hair and makeup and stuff like that. I don't know, and I don't want to, speak wrong. So with that being said, I'm just leaving it at that. But, Ricky was like, so y'all really are an item, huh? And, Raphael was just kind of like, whatever. He was like, well, let me ask you a question. Well, what is it that he has that I don't have? And he was like, basically, he was like, you're a hoe. Like, you have no interest in dating. You just want to hit it and keep it moving. And that's not what I'm out for. That's not what I'm looking for. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, let's face it, Ricky, you are a sex addict. And Ricky was like, I'm not a sex addict. And he was like, whatever. If it walk like a duck and talk like a duck, it's a duck. So, Chance goes to the bathroom, and he's using the bathroom. Of course, his phone is ringing off the hook because I guess Chance didn't want to put the phone on silent, which I don't know why. Because if you don't want to speak to Eddie, your your 3 best friends are with you. It's after work hours. You ain't had no reason, honey. You could have took that damn ringer off. And Chance has on the cutest blazer in this scene. Oh, love that blazer. Anyway, moving on. So, he's in the bathroom, and T-Money, who we're going to get to know T-Money very well. T-Money comes along, and he was like, yo, I think somebody's trying to get in touch with you. Like, are you going to answer the phone? And Chance was like, yeah, no, that's not, I don't want to talk to that person. Now, Chance is using the bathroom, which means both of his hands are occupied. T-Money comes along, takes the phone out his hand, and talking about some face your fears, and going to put the phone up to his ear. And of course, Eddie is just so happy that Chance answered the phone, not even realizing that Chance ain't really answered nothing. And he, was talking to him, and Chance was like, "Listen, Eddie, it's over." And excuse me. And T Money was like, "See, was that so hard? Like, was it really so hard to let that man know? Like, tell him it's over. If it's over, it's over." So, as they're leaving out, Chance is talking about, they see the whole T Money bring, because he ended up leaving his phone. He was so nervous, honey. Not only did he not wash his hands, he left his damn phone in the bathroom. So T Money brings him his phone later on and then gives him his business card. Y'all remember back in the day, I did this. If I have to admit that I was one of these people, where you have a business card with your information on it. So when you meet people, you could get them that. Like before you actually like needed a business card, like it wasn't like an official, you work for somebody. It was like some shit you made yourself. That's what T Money had. Okay. And so anyway, they're leaving out or whatever, and they're all talking about their own little situation. And they, Noah is talking about. Sorry. So Noah is actually talking about how him and Wade are gonna hook up on Sunday. They're gonna watch some football, and they were like, football. And he was like, yeah, I convinced him to spend Sunday with me, so I got to do it. Spend it doing what he wants to do, which is watch football. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Then Ricky just blurts out, "I'm not a sex addict," and they were all looking at him like, well, first of all, nobody said it, but since you brought it up, you kind of are. And just at that moment, the security guard comes running up and was like, "Yo, I'm good to go. Like we can roll. Let's roll." And Ricky picks that moment and that person to decide he's gonna prove his point and say, "Look, man, let's actually go out to dinner and a movie." And dude was looking at him like, "So we not hooking up tonight?" And he was like, "No, not tonight." Now, see, Ricky, if you want to prove somebody wrong, then you have to start it off in the way in which you want it to be. Meaning, you can't start a hookup and turn that into a relationship. Somebody new or different and try to prove your point. But that is just not gonna work. Later on in the episode, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. Later on in the episode, we see Ricky out on a date with the security guard. It's awkward. They not talking. They don't have no sort of conversation. Ricky ends up hooking up with the waiter in the damn bathroom. And old boy, security guard, peeps what happened. And he was like, "So, you really aren't the dating type, are you?" And Ricky is like, "Listen, I mean." So, we see Wade and Noah. And, Noah is like, "We're your friends." Because Noah thinks that he was going to spend Sunday with him and the guys. And, he was like, "Oh, well, the guys, they not, we're not spending time together today. It's all cool." He was like, "Well, when's the next time you going to see him? Like, I want to meet your friends." And he was like, "Well, Monday Night Football." And he was like, "Okay, I'm ready. Let's go." And Wade tries to talk him out of it, talk about, well, it's just going to be guy stuff. You don't really care about that kind of stuff. And so, of course, Noah was like, "I am a guy. Like, what are you talking about?" And so he ends up convincing Wade to let him go to Monday Night Football, honey. He shows up. Wade gets to his apartment. Wade changes his whole outfit because, of course, he has on a very Noah-like outfit, which I thought was probably more masculine than he would normally wear. I think he really was trying. He had a little headband on. He had on a tank top with a number on it, like as a he was trying. Okay, in his own Noah way, he was trying, honey. But Wade ends up put on a different outfit on him and everything. So then he ends up, they get down there, and Wade is doing all the stuff that you knew Wade was gonna do. He introduces Noah as his boy. "Oh, that's just my writing buddy. That's my boy." So of course, at first Noah was like. Then he was like, "Well, what you want to drink?" And he was like, "Let me get an apple martini." And of course, Wade was like, "Oh yeah, let me get 2 apple martinis." And the bartender, who clearly knows Wade, already had a beer ready for him, was like, and it was really, really awkward. Now, what's funny is Wade's 2 friends, John Sally, who I absolutely love. I grew up a bad boy. I'm a fan of the Bad Boys. I grew up a John Sally fan. Absolutely love John Sally. And the other guy Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Is that not the dude from Greenleaf? What's the face's childhood sweetheart? Is that not him? It looks just like him. But of course they're looking and they're just kind of trying to figure out what in the hell is all of this that's going on. Like, who is this Wade and what's really good? You know what I'm saying? And so the next day, Wade comes by the house and, Noah, got on a sweatsuit. And he was like, yo, what's up, dog? He was like, isn't this what you want me to be? Ain't this who you comfortable with me being? And Wade was like, come on. You know I love you. You know how I appreciate you. And Wade was like, listen. Dwayne, Lord. Noah was like, listen, it took me my whole life to be comfortable in my skin. And this is who I am. So either you're going to take me or you're going to leave me. Baby Wade said, all right then, and rolled out, talking about something, I'll leave you. I said, oh. And what's funny is, like, I know some of the stuff that's going to happen, but seeing it again in real time is just like, he did not do that shit. So, back over to, we're back over at Alex's house. Alex is getting his makeup together, and he's hiding it from Trey. Now, Noah is there. I don't know why Noah has half his hair in and half of his hair out, but it's a Noah thing. Who knows? Whatever. But what the fuck did I just do? Oh, Lord, y'all. Sorry about that. I thought I had hit the daggone button. But he ends up, so he's putting the makeup on or what have you, and Alex ends up hiding. He runs in the bathroom to hide because he doesn't want, because like I said, Ricky done got in his head and he doesn't want Trey to see him in his makeup. And so they end up, so the next night we're at the performance and listen, whoever did Alex's makeup, bitch. Alex looked so good. And Alex brought up a good point. I want everybody to understand this. I need everybody in here, all the people in the back, all the people in the bleachers. Alex was like, listen, putting on regular makeup and doing drag makeup is two totally different animals. I need everybody to understand that it is not the same. It is different. And yeah. And so he quickly understood how hard it is to actually do makeup. And I think he started to realize that all that criticism he had was maybe a little, unwarranted now that he's trying to do it himself. So he ends up having a breakdown. He said, I called, Trey to tell him what I was doing, and he didn't get the reaction that he wanted to get. So he was like, I don't want to go out there. My man gonna look at me crazy. I don't want to do something that's gonna make him, be mad at me. And he's just like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So Noah goes out and gets the guys, and they have a code 3 emergency. Next thing you know, Alex does go out and perform, but who does he have behind him? He has his Supremes behind him. He's got Ricky, he's got Chance, and he has Noah. Now, this is one of those moments where you're sitting there going, ain't no way in hell that all three of them got into makeup, have on identical outfits, and have a choreographed routine all ready to go. But you just go for it. You just go with it for the purposes of the episode because it was really cute. They looked really nice. Ricky looked damn good, baby. Okay. And it was a moment, right? And when it was over with, who was sitting in the front row and had a $20 bill ready to stuff in his bra was Trey. I love Trey and Alex. I just love them. Okay. They just got that love, that good love, that black love, honey. I love them. But Trey was right there down row center. So Ricky had a conversation with Chance. And basically what we find out is Chance is saying, listen, Eddie has a thug, he's got a thug thing. Like, he has a thing for thug guys, and, it's just a fetish that he has, and he was indulging in his fetish. And Ricky was telling Chance, Ricky was like, listen, if he had told you that is that something you could have done for him? Like, because y'all know, Ricky don't have no problem. Ricky, monogamy ain't his thing anyway. So, Ricky ain't got no problem with the whole thing. So Ricky is really trying to say, listen, he indulged in something that you can't give him. So when it was over with, Chance says, listen, I need to go talk to Eddie. It's time for us to have this conversation. And of course, Trey is 100% turned on, and he is taking Alex home to, undress him and get him out of drag the proper way. And so it's gonna be Ricky and Noah, because of course Noah and Wade still ain't talking to each other. And Ricky is like, well, let's have a moment. Like, let's go do what we used to do. Let's go hang out. Let's go party like we used to. And Noah was like, yeah, so you could drop me at the first opportunity you get to, hook up with some old trick. And Ricky was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's, no, I'm not gonna do that. And so Noah's like, all right, fine. Let me go get my bag out the bag and let's roll. Of course, by the time Noah go get his bag and come out, Thuglicious #2 then rolled up on Ricky, and they about to roll out. Ricky sends Noah a text saying, okay, so I'm a sex addict and I like it, and was like, deuces, I'm out, honey. So Chance goes to talk to Eddie. And when they get there, basically, Eddie is giving that bullshit ass, I'm sorry, it was an accident, blah, 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 blah. And Chance was like, see, no, you didn't accidentally do nothing. You made an appointment. Like, you had a date set. Like, you sought this person out. And like I said on the last review, my only thing is, it's cool to have your fetishes. It's cool to feel the way you feel. But at the end of the day, then don't bring me in your bullshit. Say, listen, I like you, let's date, but I ain't ready for monogamy. I'm not ready for a relationship, and I damn sure ain't ready for marriage. But that's too much like right. That's too adult. Whatever. Moving on. Last but not least, Noah comes home, and who was sitting on his front steps waiting for him to get there? Wade. And they have a good heart-to-heart. And, Wade is basically like, listen, all this is new for me. That this is a lot. I'm really trying to figure this all out. I'm coming to grips with a lot of stuff with myself, and maybe I didn't handle it the best way, and for that I apologize. And they have that moment, and the next thing you know, Noah goes to meet his friends again, and this time it's very different, because this time he actually told his friends what's up. And so his friends, I think he made an assumption that his friends wouldn't accept the fact that he's dating a man, and made that decision for them instead of telling them what was up and letting them make the decision. And John Sally was cool. He was like, man, come on, whatever. He was like, apple martini, that's what you drink, right? Apple martini. And the other friend, the dude from Greenleaf, Wade was like, so we good? And he was like, yeah, man, like, do you, whoever you want to date, that's your business. Like, do you? Now, personally, I think maybe dude like Wade a little bit, and maybe that's what that tension was. But that's just in my own head, my own thing. Now, with that being said, and that's kind of where that episode ended. Like, they had a moment. Everybody, they started playing pool, and, Noah let them know that he is a pool shark, and it was cool. So, again, we could say what we want to say about Wade. Wade doesn't always do the right things and make the right decisions. However, he is adjusting to a lot. He is making a lot of decisions, and it isn't easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine that it's not an easy thing. With that being said, that is episode 4. Let me know. You know what? I hope y'all didn't click off this video yet. I'm not sure. I know they said they're rebooting and they're having a review. When they say reboot, is the reunion the reboot? Like, they're just going to do like a reunion special? Or are they going to reboot the whole show? Because if they're going to reboot the whole show, this is what I would love to see. I would love Kenya's character to be there. Regardless of whatever they do with Eddie and Chance's relationship, I would love to see Kenya there. And I would love to see that Chance and Kenya maintain a relationship. And that Kenya is able to sort of give us that insight of a girl who grew up with 2 dads. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it just hit my brain. Patrick Ian Pope, you can have that one. You can have it. Talk to y'all later. Peace.